So we returned the Avis rental car. I mean, just under, they were shutting the door. We called them. We said, hey, can you wait for us? We're going to be at like 6:01, 6:02. 6 o'clock we close. 6 o'clock we close. Well, when you know it, we pulled in, zipped in, and the door, they got this big metal gate and it was shutting and I slid right under it, like safe at second base. We're finally on the highway after a pretty crazy ordeal there with, it's worse than New Jersey jug handles, right?
Did go around a lot of circles and made a lot of wrong turns.
Yeah, that was challenging. Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where today I have rented a Nissan Qashqai. Try saying that 3 times fast. And here I am in Normandy, France, and we're going to be doing a review of this car, where we're going to be checking out, what is this car all about? It's not a plug-in hybrid. It's not a pure gas car. It's called an e-Power, which is interesting. What does that mean? Does it have regen? Does it have one-pedal driving? Does it have any ADAS? And we're going to get into this and just check this little car out with a little mini first drive review of the Nissan Qashqai as we're visiting France here on our European cruise tour. And we're going to be going over to Normandy, Omaha Beach, checking out the National Cemetery here on July 4th, 2024. It's basically the 80th year of the anniversary of D-Day. So definitely going to pay homage to that. But in the meantime, might as well do a small review on, I tried to find an EV in the town here, Havre, but I couldn't find one. But I got the next best thing. I got myself a hybrid. So let's get into it. All right, there it is. No, maybe that's not it. Okay, so what you see here is the Nissan Qashqai. There are some interesting drivetrains with this car. In fact, there's two different drivetrains. The 1.3 liter mild hybrid engine, output of 103 kilowatts, and also 118 kilowatts. And then alongside there is also a 140 kilowatt version of this car, which is what this one is, the top spec, which is the e-Power. The interesting thing about this e-Power is that the way that this car works is very much like the ship that we have been on. So the gas engine actually powers a small battery, lithium-ion battery, I believe. I don't think it's an LFP pack, but the power to actually drive the wheels is something that it's not a direct drive system from the gas engine to the wheels, but rather the gas engine is used as a generator. And then from the battery, it powers the wheels. So this is about as close as I could find to an electric vehicle. And I'm happy that I got this vehicle. You know, listen, I'm in France. I was hoping I was going to have a Renault or a Peugeot or a Peugeot, as we sometimes call them. But yeah, listen, we got the Nissan Qashqai, the e-Power. Let's give this thing a ride, hit the road. It's got some tech in it, 3 different drive modes, sport, normal, and eco. We might as well throw a review in of the Nissan Qashqai when we're driving up to Normandy. We've got the Nissan Qashqai. I like the color, cool looking car. And we're going to be spending some time with this car today, driving it and evaluating it and figuring out. This is the high level trim, which has the e-Power drivetrain in it, which means that it is not a plug-in hybrid. It takes fuel 95 octane fuel, as a matter of fact, which is, I don't even know if you can find 95 octane fuel in the United States unless they use a different system. But we've got cameras all around. We've got the sensors all around the car. Good looking car, I'll tell you. It definitely is not a small SUV. It's bigger than the average cars. I mean, when you look at this Peugeot 207 right over here, now forget this Touran, it's like a little minivan. They're pretty small, but this T-Roc, this Volkswagen, we don't get that car in the States, but this T-Roc is definitely smaller than this Qashqai. Now, what's interesting to me is the area behind the rear seat. It's not huge. When you look at it, it's kind of limited here, but it goes relatively deep, which is a good thing. And obviously there's no frunk in this car because it's got a gas engine, and it's also got a battery pack in it as well. Just looking at this Nissan Qashqai, yeah baby, it sits pretty proud. Look at the gap here. I mean, it doesn't have any kind of an air suspension, but the gap between here and here, it's happy to see you. It's proud. It's sitting right up there. Yeah, baby. And it's a good looking color. I remember I had a Volkswagen ID4 in a very similar color. These grays are nice with the black. It's good looking. And yeah, the grille, I mean, that's Nissan right there all the way. So yeah, it looks good. All right, well, we're off, and took a little bit of time to figure out this vehicle, but I'm psyched we have this. This is interesting. It's not a plug-in hybrid. It's what they call a mild hybrid that has the gas engine powering a battery, generating electricity, and then putting the electricity to the wheels. I believe it's a front-wheel drive car, but I'm not exactly sure. I got to figure that out. Anyway, so we are on a road trip. We're about 140 kilometers away from Omaha Beach. We're not sure exactly where our first stop is going to be. There's a number of different places. In the cab ride over, the taxi driver, he offered to take us there.
He did.
For 500 euros. So.
But he sounded like, I think you were supposed to turn there or up here. We missed a turn.
Okay.
Okay, so you can keep going straight.
Yep.
Our problem is we can't figure out how to translate this into English.
Oh, the UI is in French.
Yeah, and so I just have to follow the map. So you're going to turn left over here.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, he wanted 500 euros, and that's a lot of money. We got the rental car for about 140, 150, including the insurance.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? This guy's
stopping in the middle of the street.
This guy's jumping out.
Service truck.
And let's see. Oh, he's going to go. Look at that.
Oh, he gets to cut through.
Should we go? Should we follow?
I would not follow him. Because he just stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
well, it'll be an interesting day. Everything's in French, obviously, and we are not fluent or even close to it. So we are going to be holding up our fingers a lot and trying to figure it out.
I was supposed to turn.
You're going to turn. Yeah, you were supposed to turn there.
I was supposed to turn
we
there.
Should stop talking and try to.
No, it was all blocked off.
Okay, they wanted you to just make a U-turn there.
All right, I'll make a U-turn here.
Okay.
You think I can make this?
No, it looks like you can. Oh, I see.
All right, I can make this.
No. I think that's the universal language. No.
How do you spell that? No.
No. It's
right.
opposite of we. No.
Okay, so I'm going to turn right here.
Yes.
All right, turn right here.
Okay.
And then what?
And then it looks like you are going to loop it around again a little bit back on that main road. Yes, up here.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Well, we're just, you know, going around in circles. Great way to start the day.
All right. Well, we'll hit the highway here in a moment, I think.
Yeah, and then you can start talking again. So
And
it's a left.
yeah.
Watch this guy. He's turning.
Is there a stoplight here?
It looks like a stoplight.
Stop sign. Interesting, because they have a stoplight. Look at that. That's kind of weird.
Okay. Now a little red light here.
Oh, look at this. It's giving a timer, countdown. 106, 105. We're going to wait here for a minute and 3.
I don't think so.
It's one way. So this is like a temporary stop sign. Oh, we'll be back in an hour and a half.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, go. It's yellow. Means go slowly.
Proceed with caution.
Caution.
50. It's pretty fast for through here. These cones look a little over-engineered. I mean, and then we get on the highway. Finally.
Well, we're not there
We just saw the suburbs of... So I'm going to turn right here.
Yeah, it's here. Go around. And looks like that'll put you on the highway.
We're finally on the highway after a pretty crazy ordeal there with... It's worse than New Jersey jug handles, right?
Did go around a lot of circles and made a lot of wrong turns.
Yeah. Yeah, that was challenging. But now we're good. And
Because someone in the back seat got smart and said, hey, let's do it on our Google Maps, and it came up in English.
thank you, Rob. I don't know why, but that bridge scares me.
Almost all bridges scare you.
But that one in particular scares
You
me.
haven't even been on it yet. How can you be scared?
It goes up at a steep angle.
Don't look at that. Look at the car in front of you. All right, so we can follow the signs to Cannes.
Le Mans. Let's go.
That's really far. That's too far.
Check
But
out this bridge.
honestly, we've gone in circles. We weren't
Yeah,
sure
I mean, we don't know where we're
we
going
were.
here. You know, it's like, look at this guy pulling that trailer in a Peugeot. Peugeot. Wow. Okay, this bridge,
This is really something, isn't it?
It is.
It's so high up.
it is high, high, high up. And it's actually beautiful the way they constructed this.
Yes.
Rob, look at how it's similar to the Tappan Zee,
Yeah?
but a little bit more elaborate.
You think this is more elaborate than the Tappan Zee?
It has way more wires or ropes.
Well, I think it's just higher and down, but I think in terms of beauty, the Tappan Zee is
Ooh,
much more
yeah, take that,
interesting.
France. This bridge is not as pretty as our new Tappan Zee bridge. And we're not calling it the Mario Cuomo Bridge. I'm sorry.
It's always been the Tappan Zee bridge.
It will
It
always
be the
It's okay
Tappan
if you call it
Zee
the
bridge.
Chimpanzee Bridge too.
Yes,
That's allowed.
That's okay.
But not the Mario
For
Cuomo
kicks
Bridge.
and giggles.
That's right. Finally on our way, and we're on the, I don't even know what road this is, but we're on the right road.
It's definitely not I-95.
No, it's not I-95, but the speed limit here is 130 km, which is about 81 miles an hour, which is pretty good. And it's a bit windy and uphill. We're heading slightly southeast, and then we're going to hairpin it around and head west over to Cannes, and then ultimately over to Bayeux, and then to Normandy. And yeah, so we're about an hour and maybe 20 minutes away from that area. But let's talk, Kathy, a little bit about this vehicle. What do you think?
It doesn't speak English.
It doesn't speak English.
It's my biggest peeve
I bet it
right
does.
now.
We just have to figure out how to put it in.
Oh my gosh, I punched every button I could see.
Well,
But
Yeah.
that's okay. We've now worked our way around that.
Yeah.
Size-wise, it's pretty good. I'm not sure my friends back here have a lot of leg room. Well, you're always so kind. But it has a wonderful sunroof up here that goes.
Does this open or is this a fixed roof?
I don't know. I feel like it opens.
That's a big
Shall I
roof.
try?
If that opens, that's big. Oh, we got to move here.
Pay attention.
What are we doing? I got the heads-up display.
It looks like you're looping around.
I'm gonna go to the right.
Follow the signs to con.
Yep. Follow the signs to con.
Another toll.
Another toll. Do you have my credit card out? I'm gonna go by the truck lane over here.
Okay.
And yeah, so it actually is comfortable. Feels fine.
It feels fine.
Seats are nice. They're comfortable. It's kind of a cross between a.
I can't tell if these are leather or
Nah,
pleather.
I don't think they're leather.
Yeah, but they have some nice
And
stitching.
then there's cloth.
It has a nice screen here in
Yeah.
the front. We can read it well, except the navigation doesn't seem to turn with us, but I'm sure that's user error.
What am I doing? We'll go up here. And credit card. All right, here we go. All
Gate
right.
up, score. Damn.
I'm getting good at paying tolls in France. That was 150 euros. So, all right, now it looks like we're going to get on a different highway here.
Yeah, just stay within the borders.
That would be a good idea. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this car's got some pretty good, decent pickup. Not like Tesla fast. Not like Model 3. It definitely feels like a 0 to 60, maybe like a 7-second car to me. I don't think it's anything faster than that. You do hear the engine when you're in town and you give it the beans. Now I hear the engine kick in. It's pretty well insulated, but
I don't think so. I hear a lot of.
you hear a lot of road noise, wind noise.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a 3-lane highway. The speed limit here is 110, and it's flashing at me. The heads-up display is excellent, and feels good to me.
Okay, well, let's now focus on the next stop.
All right, that means stop talking, Dave. So just an update, we are 65 kilometers outside of Normandy, and we have an arrival time of around 12:30 p.m. Again, it's July 4th. Happy July 4th to everyone.
And the Americans are in the house.
Yeah, we're coming over. We're going to be paying proper tribute to all those that fought for us.
Lost their lives.
Crazy. Yeah, you see the windmills up there on the side on the horizon over there. So a couple of things that I've noticed here, we in this vehicle, there is a pretty good adaptive cruise along with lane centering, very similar to what you would have with Hyundai HDA1 highway driver assistance, whether it's a Kia or Genesis. So the lane centering is decent. It's getting a little sloppy here, but it's windy out and it's doing its job. So it does not do lane changing, at least not this version of the ADAS, but it'll disengage the lane centering. It'll keep the adaptive cruise on. But one thing I do like is that as it comes up on a truck or another car, it doesn't brake abruptly. It comes off the accelerator quite smoothly, and then as soon as you disengage the lane centering and put your turn signal on, and you start to take the lane from, let's say, right to left, it starts to accelerate as you would normally or naturally as a driver, it start to accelerate. And I think that's pretty well refined. So I do like that. We do have blind spot in the mirrors themselves. So you can see if a car is in your blind spot. It's a little yellowish, reddish light.
A little triangle. I do have the ever important
Oh crap
what
handles.
handle. Yes, have it.
Oh no handles.
Happy to have it.
They're actually in all four corners.
Yeah,
Even the
back
driver,
there.
even the driver's seat. There's a couple of other modes. There's EV mode, which allows you to, assuming you've got enough battery in the lithium-ion battery, which again, I don't know what I'll have to look up the kilowatt hour size of this, but this is a very small battery in this car. It's kind of an interesting use case to have a non-plug-in hybrid that is not a direct drive from the petrol engine. It's I don't know. Tell me what you think about a vehicle like this. A lot of people are finding that this has the benefit of driving an EV, regenerative braking, which is great. It felt relatively strong, not super strong. I didn't find any mode specific to. We got the speed limit going down to 110 here. So I didn't find any mode that is
stopped up ahead.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Okay. Oh, look at this. We got what is that? Dynef? Got a little traffic.
Service station.
Little traffic situation here. Oh, we're coming into Cannes?
Yeah, which is C-A-E-N, Center.
And it looks like we are not going to be going right.
Go around it.
So we don't need to be in this lane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the EV only mode allows you to drive the car in EV, assuming you've got enough juice in the battery pack, which I will look up the size of the battery pack, but it is quite small. But it's interesting because you can't charge the battery pack with a plug. It's just really a regular hybrid car. But it's interesting, the technology that they're using here. There's also e-pedal, which is one pedal driving, which kind of mimics what a regular EV would do. So this is an interesting merging of technology that I think could work. A lot of people have range anxiety.
Well, I think this is more for the general public because this is the way people are comfortable tipping their toe into exploring an EV.
Right.
I get it. It's hard to go, full on out. I'm buying an EV. You don't know how to charge it. You don't know how much juice you're going to have left. For the people I talk to who are not, EVers, this is what they want as their next car. They want some sort of hybrid vehicle.
It's like Katie with the Jeep, right? She bought the plug-in hybrid. What do they call it? The Jeep E.
Whatever, but
I forget what they call that.
Jeep.
Wrangler, yeah.
What was I going to tell you? I had a thought.
No, it's just that you're thinking that.
Oh, I know why. Because people also who live in apartments, Katie's in an apartment. She can't put a unit in her garage. She doesn't have one, so that for her
charging station, yeah.
Yeah, that for her that worked out really well, and I imagine many other people are the same way. But people I know they like the whole idea of an electric car. They're just not sure they are ready to do it. But a lot of them have said their next car they would consider a hybrid.
Now here we are stopped, and I've got automatic hold, which is good.
Okay.
But it's not coming to a stop like a Tesla would.
What do you mean we're stopped?
Okay, so here. Look here.
Did you feel stopped?
No, but look, I'm not going to touch the brake, okay? And when I'm in e-pedal mode.
Okay.
Which I understand to be one. I'm in e-pedal mode, which is supposed to be one pedal driving. I'm coasting. I'm going to hit the Kangoo. It should come to a stop now.
Okay.
It's not.
I agree.
So we have to research why. Feel that regen? That's pretty strong.
Yes.
But it doesn't come to a full stop. So maybe I'm in the wrong mode. I don't know. But overall.
Highly likely.
Yeah, highly likely. Learning all these new cars is pretty interesting. Not a lot of.
You don't have a lot of knee room under there.
It's not.
You have good headroom, and we opened the sunroof.
Yeah.
You have a lot
there.
there.
Let's see if this thing opens.
No, I tried that.
It doesn't. Oh, so this is a fixed glass roof, which makes sense because it's a big glass roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a car.
The mirrors, side view mirrors are excellent. Visibility out the back is. I can see Rob and Joanne back there saying, "Dave, please stop talking. I'm trying to sleep."
Didn't say that.
He thought it. He didn't say it. He thought it. But Yeah, no, good car. I'm glad we got this because you always want to try out new things. We don't get this car in the country.
I know you were saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good size. I think it's a good size for a family. Couple kids in the back. Throw the dog in the way back. All good.
Hand Rob the mic. I want to ask him a question. Rob, do you think Nissan would do well with this car in the U.S. with the kind of technology that's in this, as opposed to just either a gas car or an EV?
Yeah, I think so. I think they would do very well with this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that there is, like you said, Kathy, there's a lot of people that maybe don't understand the charging, have that fear.
Yeah, maybe.
But
they don't understand.
So there are hybrids out there, but this is kind of like an advanced level of hybrid technology that I think would find a good spot. I wonder why they don't bring this over. I think we should start a petition. Let's write up to Nissan and say, you should bring this car over.
I would think they have something comparable.
By the way, this thing's not cheap.
How much?
55,000
euros or dollars?
Euros. 55,000.
Yeah.
You know what you can buy a Model Y for?
That is another complaint from people, right, is how expensive EVs actually are.
Yeah.
And I understand, the Model 3 has come down a lot, and I think,
yeah.
But I think that's why Tesla's doing so well. They've been able to lower the price point, get people engaged.
Yeah, the 3s and the Ys are very inexpensive compared to this. The other thing that a lot of people say, it's kind of like when you remember those watches, Rob, when we were kids, those Casio watches that had a calculator on it, and they tried to do everything in one, but they never did any one thing really well. So whenever you converge all the technology, first of all, it increases complexity, right? So you not only have a gas engine, it's a turbo gas engine, but you also, which means you have to do oil changes, but you also have all of the added weight and complexity of lithium-ion batteries and motors.
Temperature? I imagine temperature controls when this EV mode is working full blast, or if it's too cold, maybe it doesn't kick in yet.
Yeah, definitely. In the colder weather, you'll have the downside of EV for sure. But I guess, when you take two different things and you smash them into one piece, you're going to have long-term, most likely higher costs to maintain a vehicle like this, as opposed to if you just have a gas car or you just have an EV.
Yeah, that's
so, that was in hold. I thought I pushed the button, I pushed the brake pedal. Yeah, so there's a case to be made for this vehicle, but it does add potential costs down the road. But anyway, wireless charging, I don't know why they always put start-stop buttons in these cars.
So weird.
Tesla figured it out. You don't have a start-stop button. You get out of the car, you leave, you get in the car, you go.
But it is comfortable. I mean, we'll say I'm very comfortable in the passenger seat. They've done a nice job with the dash, nice big screen. Lots of things over there on your screen to look at.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of gauges.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's well appointed. I think it's nice.
I agree.
We'll have to listen to the stereo at some point.
Oh, that's right.
But not yet. Let's figure out where we're going.
You know what we should do is play some Queen. After seeing that show last night on the boat, wow, was that good?
We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You.
It was
so good.
From the West End. It was fantastic.
So we returned the Avis rental car. I mean, they were shutting the door. We called them. We said, hey, can you wait for us? We're going to be at like 6:01, 6:02. 6 o'clock we close. 6 o'clock we close. Well, when you know it, we pulled in, zipped in, and the door, they got this big metal gate and it was shutting and I slid right under it, like safe at second base. Anyway, you know what, Avis? You guys were rude, I must say, in Le Havre. And, you don't have to be that way. You could have been nice. And you know who I'm talking about, young lady. So, in any event, we are back. We're getting on the boat. This is our last night. We're actually leaving Port of Call tonight at 9:30, heading back over to Southampton, and then that's it. So, anyway, the review of this car is over, and appreciate you watching.